Hey you guys, thank you for being here. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not, well, welcome back. I haven't done this in a while, but I want to share with you my October favorites. It's more like my latest favorites, items I've been using a lot in the last couple of months, and I haven't done a video like this in a while, so I thought it's about time. Some of these items, or most of them, you can find in the Sephora VIB sale, which is coming up real soon, starts November 1st. And it's not really a video about my Sephora recommendations, but you could find most of these items in the Sephora sale if you're interested in purchasing it yourself. So my skin is bare, I have nothing on. I am going to start with a cream that I found recently. I went to a Nordstrom beauty event and they recommended me this cream that I've been using, not every day, but I have been using it for a few times, and it's for your under eye area for reducing puffiness. And I'm talking about the Giorgio Armani Crema Nera Extrema. I left the spatula in the bathroom, so I'm just gonna pick up a little bit with my finger, and you don't need a lot, and you just apply it in the under eye area, and you would see and feel like a little bit of tightness and brightness in this area. It's not meant for reducing dark circles, but it is to brighten up the area and reduce puffiness. So it's perfect for the morning. Like, I wouldn't use this at night to go to bed with, but it's perfect like for the morning. I have been using this under makeup or just in the morning by itself. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I would use it like in the last step of my skincare routine. And you don't need a lot. It's really light, and you just apply it like that. I think I picked up a little bit more than I should, but I'm gonna use it all. So, and you would see in a few seconds, you would see yourself and you would feel it. In a few seconds it will start having an effect. It's really nice, and you could see, I don't know if you could tell, but I could tell and feel the effect, like a little bit of tightness and like a awakening in my eye area, and I like that. I like that feeling, and it's absorbed so quickly by the skin. I'm gonna also put on some of the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. This is not a new product. I've had it for a while, but I've been liking it lately. I fell in love with it again. Just get like a couple of spritz and rub it with your hands and just go like that. It helps with the glow, and it makes your skin feel supple and really nice. They did gift me one, but this is the one actually that I've purchased before. But they did give me a backup, so I'm glad for that. And then you let it dry. Just pat it in and you let it dry. And as we wait for that, then we'll talk on to the next one. This one was gifted to me. This is the Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. If you've been following me for a while, you know how much I love the Bobbi Brown Priming Moisturizer. That one I still love, but I've been trying this one out too, and I'm really liking it as well. It's really light, and I like the way it feels. It doesn't interfere with the foundation, and the foundation I'm going to put on next is a glowy foundation, so I know my skin is going to be extra glowy today, but that's okay because I love glowy skin. I do have dry skin, so I love when my skin is supple and glowy, not greasy, just glowy and healthy looking. And then whatever I put on my face, I always take it down to my neck. So you see already, I'm already showing a glow, and I'm gonna give it a couple of, like a few seconds for it to dry. A favorite item, and I'm not gonna try it on because it's part of my skincare routine, and I'm gonna talk about it as my skin dries. It's a Caudalie Vino Perfect Brightening Dark Spot Serum. I'm almost done. I've used this every day, morning and night, consistently, and it's been great with my dark spots. Like, I have a few dark sunspots here, and it's not like a miracle cream that you're gonna see them disappear overnight, but you see it with time. If you're consistent with it, you will see in time how your face brightens up and the dark circles start to dissipate. And I still have a few here, but they have dissipated a lot. Like, you really have to look close to be able to see them, but I do have a few here still, and that's where I apply the most, like all over my skin, but especially on my cheek area, because that's where I have dark spots, and a little bit here on the forehead. And it's been really great. It feels nice because it's very light. My skin loves it because it absorbs it really quickly, so I really do recommend this product. Another product is the SPF Invisible Sunscreen Gel from Allies of Skin. I love this sunscreen. It reminds me a little bit to the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. It's that same texture. I'm going to apply a little bit in the back of my hand so you can see what I mean. It's very similar in that sense. It's clear, and once you apply it, it gives you a beautiful glow, but it's not greasy at all. And it's a little bit less greasy or balmy, like that texture. It's a little bit less than the Super Goop one. This one is absorbed faster by the skin. And I've been loving this sunscreen a lot. And you see how beautiful that glow is and how fast my skin absorbed it. It's not sticky or gooey. And that's why I'm including it in my favorites, because I have been loving it. I'm gonna get a backup soon. I'm like halfway, and I'm gonna want to get a backup, because even we're gonna go into the winter months, you still need to wear sunscreen every day. Plus Miami, South Florida, is always sunny most of the time, or there's always sun, so it's always good to wear sunscreen. I've been loving this one a lot. Okay, so my skin is dry. I'm gonna move into foundation. The foundation I'm going to mention should not be a surprise to anyone. If you've been following me on Instagram, you might have noticed how much I've loved this foundation, because I cannot stop talking about it. It is a Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. I have been using it a lot. Like, I'm not making this up. I love this foundation. I wear it every day that I wear makeup. I picked up shade Neutral. It was I picked it online. I didn't get to test it, but it's a perfect match. So I am gonna get a backup of it during the Sephora sale, because I do love this foundation. I think it's perfect if you have dry skin. I don't know about oily skin, because I could only go off of my experience. And it's a beautiful texture. The shade match was perfect. I'm gonna be using the BK Beauty 101 foundation brush to apply, and you don't need a lot. Like, I use 2 squirts and that's all I need. Plus, I already have that serum from Merit, and I don't want to be too shiny either, because this foundation does give you glow. Not super glowy that you're going to stop traffic, you know, but it does give you a natural looking glow, which is something that I'm always looking for. It's not greasy, it doesn't crease, it lasts a long time. Like, I wear it in the morning, and at nighttime I still have it like almost intact. And I've been told by a few people that they see me with this foundation, and they tell me, like, your skin is so beautiful, it looks like porcelain. And no, my skin is not perfect. I have textures, I have fine lines, as everybody or most people. But this foundation does not enhance that. It does not enlarge my pores. It's just beautiful. It doesn't give me trouble around my nose area, which is my big problem area when it comes to foundation. It's been a perfect foundation for me. So you see the match is perfect. And you can see the difference. Like, it's glowy to light to medium coverage. I apply just a very light coat, and you can see that glow, how beautiful it is compared to my other side. And it looks very natural. I do powder it down a little bit, which is, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit, to bring down a little bit of that shine. But during the day, it doesn't get oily or greasy. So now I'm going to go and finish off the other side. So like I said, I am going to apply a little bit of powder. But before I do that, I'm going to apply concealer and the blush and the bronzer, because they're all cream products. So the concealer, it's also, or should not be a surprise either, it's the Lancome Serum Concealer. I've been using this concealer non-stop for the last couple of months. I don't know if I already have dark circles, so I have to wear extra concealer. I'm not sure yet if it's like my favorite of all times. I'm gonna decide at the end of December when I do Vlogcember, and I'll talk about my ultimate favorite of the year and of my lifetime, or like my ultimate favorite. I don't know if this is gonna be my ultimate favorite, but it's probably gonna be in the list of my favorites for 2024. I was gonna say 2023, 2024, because it's a serum concealer, and it's shaded 115C. It's light, it's creamy, it's not full coverage, which maybe I should wear because of my dark circles, but I'm not a full coverage kind of girl. I like my real skin to come through, and I like the way it feels. Sometimes I use my fingers, sometimes I use this brush, which this time it's the Esam Cosmetics number V29. I'm really liking this brush as well. I like it because, like I was saying, it's creamy, doesn't crease, and it doesn't even creep into my little fine lines. It doesn't crease during the day, but that's like what I get from this concealer. It just feels really nice, and it also has like this brightening glowiness, which is really pretty in the under eye area, but it doesn't accentuate my fine lines. You know, sometimes when you wear products which are highlighted or glowy, it highlights, or it brings out more attention. It lights on more attention to your fine lines and your imperfections, but it's not the case with this concealer. I like to go with any leftover and use it over the lid. It's just something I like to do. And then take the excess and around my nose. If I see any spots, which in this case I'm okay with, but if I see like a little bit of spots here, then I would apply a little bit here. I've even used in some instances just a concealer, no foundation, and it works really good too. I just apply it over the areas I think I need concealing and apply it, you know, just blend it out with my brush, and it works perfectly fine. So it also works as a foundation. Okay, now that that's done, let's move into a bronzer. I've been using this a lot. Another not a surprise. This is from Makeup by Mario, the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum Liquid Bronzer in the shade Fair. I love this bronzer. You could use it by itself. You could mix it with your foundation. It's light. You're not gonna get all that super glowy, super bronzy look, but that's what I like. And I would pump like 2 or 3 pumps in the back of my hand and use a bronzer brush like this one from Sonia G Jumbo Bronzer. And what I like to do is spread it in the back of my hand, and then with a brush I coat the entire brush. And I don't contour necessarily. What I like to do is I like to apply it all over the skin. So I start with the middle of my cheeks right here, and then start spreading around my forehead and my, you know, the perimeter of my face, where the light will naturally hit me. If I get a little bit of sun, that's where I would get, you know, bronzy. And then the leftover, the excess, take it down my neck. So what I really do is spread it all over most of my face, because I want a bronzed look. I don't want a contoured look. That's not how I like it, but you do it. You do what makes you happy, and this is what makes me happy. I want to give myself a little bit of color and not necessarily, you know, chisel my face. And you see how light, it's 3 pumps, but how light it looks on the skin. It's not super like pigmented, so it's almost impossible for you to make a mistake with this bronzer. Make sure to get the middle of my face a little bit, the leftover, the last spot. And that's what I do. It gives me a beautiful, glowy, natural look. Like, this is my color. And I was in the sun for a little bit, got a little bit of sun, and came back in, and this is what I look like. So there we go. And I'm gonna move in right into blush, because I do want a powder. Look how glowy my skin looks, and I love it. I'm going to use this blush. I've been using it a lot, non-stop, these last couple of months. It's the last month. It's the YSL Make Me Blush Liquid Blush. This is a shade 37. There has been a shade which has been really controversial. I don't have that shade. This is the only one I have, but I really like it. It's pigmented. So what I do is with the applicator, I just do 3 spots. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be in the symmetric, because I'm gonna go back with a brush and blend it out. And my favorite brush for blush, although it's not a blush brush, but I love it, it's the Sonia G Jumbo Base. And what I do is just blend it out. I give it a few pops like that, and then take it, once I blend it out the way I want it here in the cheeks, and I bring it up to the forehead. Again, it's to give me that I just was in the sun a couple of minutes look. Got a little bit of sun, got a little bit of color, a little bit of flush. And that's what I do. I just love the way it blends out. It looks so natural. And although it is pigmented, like, don't be scared, because once you start blending it out, it will get to a color that, you know, is comfortable. And if you're darker skin, if you're deeper skin, then you'll have to apply a little bit more, maybe get a darker shade. But this is the shade that I've been loving. And if you mess up and it's too much, always go back with your foundation brush and just give it a few pops. And it should work out fine. With the excess over my nose, give me that sun-kissed look. And that's it. What do you guys think so far? Alright, now that we have all that, I am going to do highlight, but I'm going to leave it for the end. I'm going to powder it down with a little bit of the Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder, which was gifted to me. The shade is Fair Pink. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's Fair Pink. I'm going to get a little bit in the back of the lid. I'm going to use one of his brushes. I don't think it's for a powder, but I'm still going to use it. This is the Makeup by Mario F2. It's a dual brush, but I'm going to use a bigger one. And I'm just going to pick up with the brush and then go slowly around my eye area. I'm gonna close my eyes. And a little bit here in the middle of my forehead. Just give it a few little pops. My cheeks, what is this called? My chin, forgot the word. And just a little bit here, not too much because I don't want to dissipate the color. I don't want to get rid of that color, beautiful flush. And of course my nose, my upper lip, and then my T-zone basically. And that's it. Such a beautiful light powder, really loving it. Now that we took care of that, I'm gonna stick with Makeup by Mario because the next item is from his brand. And this is his new eyeshadow palette. I've done like 4 or 5 looks for Instagram with this palette, and I haven't been able to sit down and do a review video because I've been sick, but I am gonna use it now in this video and show you my favorite, well, all of the looks I've done, which has been my favorite. Okay, so here's the palette. Let me show you in case you haven't seen it. I've used all the shades in this palette, and my favorite has been, well, the more nude side. Like the grays are beautiful and the blue is also beautiful, but this has been my favorite side, and that's the look I'm gonna use today. Make it real simple. You could use this palette in a minute, in 5 minutes, and you're done. It's really easy to use. The shadows have a beautiful formula, no fallout on the face. It's just beautiful. They blend beautifully. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use an Eastern Cosmetics number 34. I'm going to use the same brush because I'm going to apply the shimmer with my finger. I'm going to use the same brush for all the shadows. So I'm going to start with, I like this one up here. Well, I love this shade up here, but it's more like to the pink side. So I'm going to use this one all over the lid. Shake it a little bit because it is a little bit powdery. It's a matte. And this shade is going to be like a base. Okay, and with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with the beautiful chocolatey brown and go into the crease and the outer half. I'm gonna go here and stay in this section, like a little V that I do, and then I fill it in. While I apply the shadow, I do want to mention, if I don't get to do the Sephora recommendation videos anymore because they seem to be a little bit too long. But if you do want to know my recommendations for the sale, I do have in my Shop My app a section, a shelf with my recommendations. I have some from past sales, and I also have new items, and I have it in order of brand. Not order of preference, but in order of the brand name. In alphabetical order. So if that's something that you want to check out, I'm gonna leave the link of my Shop My app is always linked in my description. You could click there, and I'll probably just create a separate link just to go directly there, so you could see what are my recommendations this time around. There are a few items that were in there before. All the shimmers are gorgeous. Let me do a quick swatch of all 3 because the 4th one on the top, it's more like a topper. You know what? I'm going to also swatch that one. The back of my hand. Actually, I'm going to do it here my wrist because I still have some of that bronzer. Here are the shimmers. Look how pretty. Really gorgeous. I think I'm going to use a top one because it's calling my name more. So I'm going to go with my index finger and pick up that shimmer. And then I'm gonna go with the other one, which is a little bit lighter. I'm gonna go on top. Just mix them all together because even the 3rd one has a little bit of gold. So I like to put it on top, give it a little bit of gold sparkles. I think this palette is beautiful for the daytime to go to work. Maybe not this combination. You could go a little bit lighter. It's perfect like for the day to go to work, and it's also gorgeous for nighttime. It's just so adaptable and it's beautiful. There is no fallout. Let me take a closer look just to be sure. Nope, no fallout whatsoever. And there's mattes, there's shimmers, nothing on my face. I'm gonna get a little brush. I'm gonna use this number 3 from Refer, and I'm gonna use it for the waterline and for the inner corner. So I'm gonna do the inner corner first because it's brighter and white. Frosty white, and apply here on the inner corner. And a little bit here on the brow bone area. I'm going to swipe that brush clean, and I'm going to go in with the shade I used for the base, this brown, light beige brown matte, and I'm going to apply it in the waterline area. How beautiful. And for mascara, there has been two that I have been using a lot interchangeably, and it's the YSL Lash Clash and also the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara. I love them both, but for today's video I'm going to be using the YSL one because you could find this in Sephora, and in case you're interested. And the Lisa Eldridge is not, I should say the Lash Clash gives you more volume. The Kitten Lash is more subtle, but I do love it for like every day to go to work. And this one is a little bit more extreme. I can say it's a little bit more dramatic. I also like the waterproof one, but the problem with the waterproof, I find that it's not as good. It's a little bit less good than this one, and it's really a little bit harder to take off, again because it's waterproof, but I find it's extra difficult to remove. So I prefer this one to the waterproof one. It's that extra something that my eyes needed. And then the next thing I want to try, I haven't seen reviews about this highlighter. I don't think people talk a lot about it, but I've been loving this highlighter. It really surprised me. Well, it didn't really surprise me. I was had high expectations for this highlighter, and it met my expectations. And it's the new highlighter from Carolina Herrera. Look at that packaging, how gorgeous. And this is the back, and this is the front or the top. And it's like a cream highlight. I haven't even taken off the mirror, the cover of the mirror, but I have been using it a few times. You could see. Let me first do a swatch, and look how it's like very creamy. And I'm gonna apply it back here. I did get a lot just to show you, but look how beautiful. I've been loving this highlighter, and I don't know why people aren't talking about it. At least I haven't seen people talk about it. So I use my finger. You could use a brush, I guess, but I like to use my finger. Get some and just apply it where I would usually apply highlight. Take it to the brow bone. Look how pretty. You guys see that? And it looks so natural. Well, natural. We know there's nothing natural about this, but it looks natural. It doesn't look chalky. It doesn't look it doesn't accentuate my texture, not more than it was before. How pretty. I don't know why people aren't talking about this. It's a gorgeous highlight, and I love the formula, and I love the color. The shade is beautiful. I don't know, I think they only have one, this one. And I did order a couple other lipsticks and lip glosses, but I haven't done a review of them. I haven't tried them yet. I thought I had purchased a case, and I didn't for the lipsticks, but I did purchase a case for the highlight. It is refillable. Like once it's done, you could pop it out and put in a new one. And look how pretty. Like to have it in your purse is so luxe looking. I love it. And that highlight, look at that, how pretty. Again, I've been using this every time I put on makeup. I don't wear makeup every day, but when I do, this is the highlighter I've been using. Alright, now to finish off with lipstick, there's been a lipstick that I've been loving a lot, and it's the one from Chantecaille from their holiday collection, the Lip Crystal Rose Quartz. And I'm going to show you how beautiful the bullet is. And all those shimmery, all those crystals is not a foil, it's not like a cover, it's like through it, so you'll have that shimmer all the way down to through the bullet. It's not like other lipsticks that I found that it's just like a little, like a foil, like a cover. No, this is like actually what the lipstick looks like. And I'll give it a swatch here in the back of my hand, and then I'll apply it on my lips, and just it's a beautiful lipstick. Look at that. I'm not a fan of pink, but this color is gorgeous, and it has those crystals, and when the light hits it, it has a little bit of like orange, of gold. It is gorgeous. Let's apply it and stop talking and apply it. I did do a video reviewing the Chantecaille Holiday collection, and I already used this lipstick. I already showed you guys, but it is part of my favorites. The other two shades are gorgeous as well, but I find like this one is more for everyday for me. And I like, it's perfect for like this season. Look how pretty. And how pretty it looks with the eyeshadow look, right? Gorgeous. Look at that shift. It has pink, like I said, pink, some gold in there, even a little bit of purple, a bit of orange. It's beautiful. Alright, to finish off, I'm gonna finish off with the Makeup by Mario setting spray. Also gifted to me when they gave me the powder. They gave me the spray. So let's put it on to set everything. It's such a fine mist. It's very refreshing. It feels light. Gorgeous. So yes, my friends, these have been the highlights of the last couple of months, and I'm really loving all these products, how they work together. What can I say? The foundation, look how beautiful. It gives me a beautiful glow. Of course, I have the serum on and the priming moisturizer from Merit as well, and that bronzer from Makeup by Mario also helps to give me a bronzed, beautiful, glowy look. But the foundation, I've used it on its own without the other products, and it still gives me that beautiful, natural looking glow. I love the eyeshadows. I love the powder, the Makeup by Mario powder. I love the highlighter. Love it. Look how beautiful that is. The blush, that lipstick, the mascara, everything. I love everything. And of course, obviously, that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. Let me know down below in the comments if you tried any of these products, if you have enjoyed it themselves, and what has been your favorite in the last couple of months. There's a specific item you want me to try, you want me to review, please let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for spending your time with me when I know you could be doing a million other things. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.